Star Wars fans, we got a juicy one for you today.
I'm in.
New reports about characters popping up in the Book of Boba Fett and very interesting changes to Boba himself. We want to go over that, and I'm going to talk about just a few things that I have heard with regards to the Book of Boba Fett. Let's go! What is up, everybody? Josh coming to you from Nerd Vengers Tower. And if you are a member and you know that good content is coming, smash that like to help us out in the YouTube algorithm. Now, let's get into this report here. Pretty crazy stuff coming from StarWarsNewsNet.com. I want to check this site out. And, honestly, they drop a lot of great information over there. So just go check that website out to get, the latest and the quickest info out when they drop stuff. But let's read into this. I'm going to kind of jump ahead to the spoiler part towards the end here. And it says, before we dive in, we want to be transparent with you, our readers, as we always are. And they're talking about how, unlike the Vader in Kenobi stuff, they didn't see this stuff with their own eyes, so they're going to treat it as a rumor, even though they heard it from a really good source. But with all of that said, they say here, we have learned that in the series, Boba Fett is in revenge mode. He'll be going after everyone who did him wrong in the past, and he will also be looking for other bounty hunters. And even more, he will be doing it with a new look to his armor. Now, a full armor change seems unexpected, they say, and this has to do with the fact that in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, Boba was all about his armor, his father's armor. Getting that armor back seemed to be a really big deal for him, and he even cleans it up for the back half of the season there. So they don't know if they're actually going to do a full revamping of it, but they are rest assured by their source that people saw it, and there are distinct differences to how it looks, and the updated armor looks awesome with a much better paint job than what we last saw in The Mandalorian Season 2 post-credit scene. And perhaps this is being used, they speculate, as a method for differentiating between the current timeline Boba Fett and the one from back in the day, because they go on to mention that Tamara Morrison had revealed that there's going to be some flashbacks. He also describes it as Mandalorian Season 2.0, and there could even be flashbacks going all the way back to The Empire Strikes Back. Okay, fascinating stuff going on here. Love it. Love all the speculation and the fun here. Again, that is the report over at Star Wars Newsnet. But I want to bring your attention back to a report over here about how Cad Bane is going to be in the Book of Boba Fett. And, this whole idea of it being Mandalorian Season 2.5, let's just talk about some of the people that are going to be in the show, according to all the different reports out there, and then I'll share some cool stuff that I've heard about this as well. So, we're going to get, obviously, Fennec Shand, but you're going to get Cad Bane. According to them, Timothy Olyphant's Cobb Vanth will be returning. I've heard Grogu, Din Djarin, and Luke Skywalker will be returning, and I'll talk more about Luke Skywalker in just a minute. And they also reported that Bossk will be appearing in the show. Okay, so we've been talking about this for a good bit at this point. But again, Mandalorian Season 2.5. I was recently talking with some folks about Star Wars information, and again, I heard that, yes, Luke Skywalker will be in the Book of Boba Fett. And to my knowledge, I haven't heard anybody really reporting about this stuff so far, that he's going to be playing a big role in the show, but I think that he is. Now, this will likely have to come into the back half of the season. However, if we're being honest, Boba does have beef with Luke Skywalker, and so it's technically possible that Boba goes looking for him. And when he finds out that Luke is actually out there in the galaxy, maybe training some Jedi, it is possible that Boba looks for him and perhaps finds him and finds the child, and maybe even that's when Din Djarin comes in and is going to enter the picture and calm all of that stuff down. Now, my previous thoughts on this were that maybe Luke will come in and get Din, or Din will be with Boba and Luke will come into the picture because of some outside threat, some crazy thing that's going on, and he comes in and he shuts everything down, and then they're all working together. I'm not sure anymore. This indication by the report in Star Wars Newsnet that he's going into revenge mode and he's going after everybody that did him wrong. Well, Luke did him real wrong, and so did his buddy Han Solo. Now, we haven't heard anything about Han Solo or characters like that, but honestly, guys, wouldn't surprise me if some of that stuff showed up. Now, the one tidbit that I can share with you that I also don't think other people have been talking about is the voice actor that plays Cad Bane, Corey Burton. I have heard that he is coming back to at least voice the character of Cad Bane in the Book of Boba. So we are getting the authentic Cad Bane voice for this character in the Book of Boba Fett, and that is just absolutely crazy to me. And we've been hearing just a lot of stuff, guys, talking about how this show is bringing everybody back. And just like The Mandalorian Season 2 was stuffing that show full of cool cameos that made you wonder about their appearances and other things, Book of Boba Fett's going to do the same thing. It is going to be taking a lot of these different characters, pushing their story forward, but also introducing a bunch of characters you've seen in other projects in Star Wars past, like Cad Bane, like Cobb Vanth, like friggin' Bosk. You know, a lot of crazy characters like that are going to be coming into the fray. And then Luke as well. And again, I got another person to tell me that yes, they believe that Luke Skywalker will be in the Book of Boba Fett. Really exciting stuff. Now, let's talk about Boba Fett getting some new armor. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that some of this new armor idea probably came from Robert Rodriguez because he's just such a fun nerd with this kind of stuff. And he has a history of doing really exciting things in the visual effects department if you look at a lot of his other projects. And, you know, just seeing the behind the scenes stuff in the gallery where he was playing with the toys and showing just how awesome he wanted Boba Fett to be, right? Because remember, guys, like as a big Boba Fett fan, like he kind of gets clowned on in a lot of the movies in different aspects. That's why, you know, people like freaking Lord Vito out there are hating on Boba, saying he was never that big of a deal. But, you know, when we got him in Mandalorian Season 2, he was like freaking John Wick, dude. He was going absolutely crazy, and it was awesome. And so I wonder, are we going to get a new set of armor for Boba that looks like Boba, but looks maybe just a little more hardened, like he's going into all-out war mode? Are we going to see more weapons, more integration with ships or things of that nature? Is it possible that because Boba is getting a little bit older, he's going to be enhanced and do some enhancing things to his armor? I don't know, but it's absolutely awesome, and I'm really, really excited to see this show. Like, Rodriguez used the word over-deliver, that this show is going to over-deliver, and I'm starting to freaking believe that. I mean, this sounds ridiculous. And again, Luke Skywalker being in the show. I don't think anybody's really talking about this fact. But again, I had more people tell me that, yeah, Luke will be in this show. And one last little juicy thing that I can say here, and there's really there's not a lot I can say about this, but all I will tell you is that, you know how we were confused as to, has Book of Boba been filming for 8 months? Was Mando filming before? Is Mando just filming now? All I can tell you is that my understanding of this is that basically it's very likely that Book of Boba and Mandalorian were actually filming certain parts of the season 1 of Book of Boba and season 3 of The Mandalorian at the same time, and that they have been filming small things little by little for a long, long time. Meaning like Dave and John have been working almost damn near constantly on all of this stuff for the Filoni-verse or the Mando-verse or whatever you want to call it. So really, really exciting stuff. A lot to come. A lot to come. There's a lot of stuff, unfortunately, I can't talk about. You know, we'll talk about it in due time, guys. But let me know what you think about these crazy updates out there about the Book of Boba Fett. And do you believe your boy that Luke Skywalker is going to be in the show? No one else is really talking about it, so maybe I'm out on a limb. Maybe I got bad info. We'll see when the show comes out. Smash the like on this video if you like this news. Subscribe to this channel so you see more of our content in your recommended feed. And make sure you check out the live streaming channel where we talk about all this dope nerdy stuff. Man, it's a good time over there. Check it out. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video.